Welcome back to another Wednesday night stream. It's me, your boy, JTV Live, back once again with some more Planet Coaster 2. We're going to be working on our Pumpkin Patch Park tonight. If you missed last night, what a disaster. I mean, the stream went great, but it was a whole... Essentially, we got zero progress done last night. I had to go in and undo everything that I did because I overshot, let's just say. But I did some thinking offline, I did some planning offline, and I think, hopefully, I have an idea of what we could put and what will fit in the area we were working last night. So, enough yapping about it. Let me just do this real quick. We're gonna hop right into it. So, sorry, I was looking at this track while I was waiting for the countdown to come down. I'm way too I'm way too addicted just looking at things in this game. But one thing you'll notice is that I went ahead and just sanded out this entire area, and I think I'm gonna make this desert themed. I'm gonna theme it to a tumbleweed, and we're gonna do the launch spinning coaster. And what this is gonna do is this is gonna give us a bit more, not freedom with the layout, but it will allow us to do a smaller layout while still having something with like big speed, big thrills, and all that other kind of stuff. So I'm gonna put the entrance, we're gonna put it here. I'm gonna lift it up like right here. And then we're gonna go ahead and build the block zone, which is just gonna be block. I'm actually gonna do this. Then we're gonna move it. We're gonna be editing this a lot as we go along. I don't have a specific layout, but at least now we don't have to do like swing launches, vertical spikes. I can save all of that fun stuff for a space that is actually able to fit all of that. Okay. Throw that there. Come back over here. And immediately I want a JoJo roll. This way. Right there. Maybe. Because I'm thinking like if you're watching it, I'm gonna do a custom. So I'm trying to think. Essentially, most of the layout's gonna be over here with maybe like some fun flyover elements out this way. And then the ending is gonna be end up over here, do a helix around the tree, and then come back here. That's kind of like my general plan. So... Ooh, wait. No, keep it like this. Okay. I have a better idea for how I want this to start. Since we don't have a lot of space, let's give ourselves more space by not being afraid to go down. I'm not gonna do auto tunnel. Ah! Okay, well, we'll just be stuck here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ah, okay. There we are. Then... max spin rate. Do like 140. Then so I'm gonna theme this to kind of like a canyon kind of deal. It's gotta be like really low for this part. Thinking like maybe we can just max speed it, because let me watch G's for this. Let's see how this is going. Is it gonna go? Also, I do notice I'm looking at my bars. I'm just gonna do this real quick. Okay. Is it gonna go? Is it gonna go? There it goes. Okay. Watching the G's. Okay, so it is hitting 4 up here. I didn't get to see the final speed. Okay, so I want it to kind of twist up. Sorry, I'm like trying to picture this element. Okay, yeah. So we got 46 miles an hour to play with. So it needs to be like 30. Okay, that's good G's. I'm seeing zeros all around, which is what I want. Okay, not quite. So we want it to be coming out this way. But this is really cool so far. I need to see how fast it's spinning, though. When it gets up here. Okay, those aren't spinning that fast. That's good. Okay, maybe it doesn't need to be a weird double thing. Yeah. Yeah. I think I am gonna do it this way. Okay, so it just needs to be a little bit wider. Ooh. Okay, it still needs to be a little bit longer. Okay, that's a bit more acceptable. Okay, but what if we... Okay, I think it just needs to do this. I think... Maybe not full vertical. Okay. It's gonna be a lot of trial and error with this one. Just because... It's a spinning coaster, so we need to be a little bit extra careful that it's not whipping the guests around. If I did this... Alright, starting a little bit higher. It also makes that should fix the problem. Okay, briefly hitting 4Gs at the bottom. That's still too much for a spinning coaster. 4 vertical Gs is still way too much for a... We need to find a way... Oh, what if I did this? Hold on. What if I did... Ah! Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting close. Kind of doing like a twisted dive. Like this. No, we don't want to go full vertical with this. That's just gonna complicate it. Okay. Okay, just like that. Okay. This is much better now. Okay. Okay, way too much cheese. Ah? No, not all the way down. Go all the way up. Okay. And I want to ride this before we get too carried away. Just gonna make sure it's actually working. And we'll refine this kind of canyon piece and do some rock work with it as well. Add some water features. Make it fun. Way. Okay. Now let's smooth this guy. Make sure it actually works. I smooth this. Nope. Okay. But that we can smooth. This. Just like that. So I also need to make sure that the spinning's not too intense. Which we'll only really be able to get by riding it. So we're gonna have to do as much. Throw that in. Okay, nice. And now it's letting us do our anchor piece here. Oh, no. Oh, great. Okay, so we need to... We didn't do the right... How did I miss that it got swapped? Oh, that sucks. That means we did the wrong type of smoothing, and I don't know when we started doing that. Okay, that's as far as I can go, I guess. So, this is our anchor piece. Okay, now I need to, like, over smooth it. Make sure it's actually right. I hate that they even have this. I mean, it's good, it's fine, but it's in the worst possible place. I do this all the time. Because I'm just spam clicking because it doesn't matter. It's just smooth, 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 smooth. It doesn't really matter what, how many times. It's just as many times as I can. And so, like, it's easy to just do that, I guess, without even realizing it. Or even, I don't even know how it happened. Honestly, I don't know how it happened. Because, like, I would have noticed me doing that, you would think. I probably didn't have to do this. It probably happened over on the next element, but since I don't know for sure, I have to go through. Okay. Okay. Nausea warning if you have motion sickness problems. Okay. Spinning is not too bad. Although I don't know why it's not. I guess the center of mass isn't changing that much, but you would think it would at least change a bit. Is there a way to, like, push it a bit? I guess not. Usually there's a way. Okay, 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 okay. Let's do like 5. Let's do 20. Let's see how that looks. That does nothing. Oh, because it only did this bottom piece. Okay. Grab these. Why is it not work? Okay, I guess I need to make it really strong. Okay, now that's way too strong. Alright, now let's see this. Too strong. This element's pretty smooth. Okay, all that stuff's pretty good. Although I think we could probably get away with up here. Maybe doing 120. And then this is now way too strong. So I'm thinking... I think 26 should be good. And then This part, I think, we can also afford to do a little bit wonkier. That's much better. Yep. More spin through there. And then kind of slows down through the bottom of that helix. Okay. Ooh. I had an idea. What if over here... boom. We'll do 120 through here. Okay. This could honestly probably be lower. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make it lower. I think it could be 16. Oh, and these... Ah, why did it take me over there? Okay. Okay, I guess it does need to be 20 long. Okay. We're gonna have to do this the old way. Okay. And I want those to be spinning. Two horizontal G's. Okay, yeah, that's too fast for it. It's too fast for that. I'm running into the same problem I ran into last night. Okay. Okay, we need to go back to normal. Or not too crazy spinning at this point. Yes. This is what I want. Okay. 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 Perfect. Perfect. This guy, we can start getting a little bit funnier. Let's go half loop up. Good speed. Get like right there. Okay. Okay. I have no idea how this is gonna look, but shit. I am the misclick master. Okay. I think once we smooth it, the G's will balance out. No, why? Why? Actually, let's just do this whole shebang. Okay. I think going up on the loop, having it be high spin is good, but I think coming down, we need to cool it a bit. Okay. thinking. What are the G's? I need to make sure it's not too negative. It's gonna be shorter, a lot shorter. Yeah, I'm good with that. So that'll be the first half. I'm not gonna auto tunnel again. Actually, I am gonna auto tunnel. I just decided. I need to see how fast we're going at the bottom, because I need to do a launch, because we still need a bit of layout. And a lot of things with tunnels, especially, we kind of limit how much height we have. So I want to give us a little bit of an extra boost. Okay, 58. And also, I believe this whole apparatus just come up like that. And then we won't need a launch at the bottom. Although now we have a different problem in that we may be a bit too... Here. This is going to be a good height for it. I can feel it. Split the difference. This needs to be... Where's deceleration? There we go. Be way lower deceleration rate. All right. Let's check out how this is going. This all feels good. The spinning rate feels acceptable and realistic. Maybe a bit more than it would be on like an actual one of these. Okay, 3.6 Gs is perfectly fine. Shit, I didn't look at the top speed. That's my bad, gamers. Sorry for keeping everybody here. Okay. I think just 65. Okay, I do this. Ah. Perfect. Okay. Nope. I want to be going the other way. Okay, now see, there's the main problem. There we go. I think this should give us what we want. Okay. I'm satisfied with all of that. Okay, just like that. And I'm thinking having it wrap around here, maybe another mini launch here, 0G roll over the entrance here into a helix. Might have actually made this too long as far as second halves go. Yeah, we'll do a wave turn. Okay. This being here is what's really causing me the issue. I think what I'm going to do is just complete the layout at the spin rate that I have now, and then go back through it and adjust the spin rate as needed. I think that's the most efficient way to do this. I've only built 2 of these coasters, so I'm still kind of figuring out the best practices for this coaster type. I need it to come around. Yeah, because I needed to come out on the other side of that. It's like such a big, swoopy turn. Okay. I like this so far, but there's a lot of unknown G-forces throughout this second half, so I'm going to need to smooth everything out so I can get an accurate reading of how everything's going. This whole bit looks fine. I'm definitely not worried about this bit having too high G-forces with how swooping this turn is. Comes way out here. Okay. Did I see that jump to 4? We might have had to make these 16 long. At least these first 2 parts. We'll see. Ah. Okay. It gets a little intense. But I think we can manage. We'll need to smoothen this out all the way and then look at those G's again. Yo, what's up, JP? Welcome back. Sorry if that message is uber old. I've been locked in on these G-force numbers. I do not want to have to rebuild this coaster, especially after the coaster we built last night needing to be completely destroyed. So I want to make sure I get everything right. Okay. We did not get everything right. These, after watching these G-forces a couple times, we need to rebuild this thing. How far back can I undo? Can I undo a lot of this? Okay, no, I can't. Okay. 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 Now, let's test this out. I think that was the other problem too, is I had a weird like level out and then banking right back in the same direction, which works on a lot of coasters, but I don't think that works as well in these spinning coasters. Oh, so what's up, JDM? YouTube's having issues? That doesn't surprise me. Google updated their shit and like everything's been fucked ever since. I've kind of noticed that. Pretty sure you're still streaming. What? Yeah, I am. I can see it on my iPad. It's your end. I think it's your end, Mason, because I'm watching it on YouTube on my iPad. That's the reason I have my iPad up, is that way I have a second thing on different service. Okay. Looks better now. Still looks like... Yeah. Kind of leverage the space that we have. Really pull back this banking to really... Yeah, I think lengthening it like this should fix it. Let's see. If for the briefest moment it hits 1, I'm not too worried about that. I have no idea how much speed I'm gonna have coming through here. I'm gonna assume I have a decent amount. Okay, yeah, 40 miles an hour. Boom. I think we did it, gamers. I think we built a beautiful little coaster in like the most complicated spot to build it. And it's not a little coaster either. It is quite a large coaster. This needs to be moved. This to be a little smaller. And this I want to be smaller too. I want you to be able to see a bit more of the coaster. just like this. Gonna feel stupid if you didn't see any of those messages. I saw all of them. Mason's always coming in here and having weird issues that I'm not having. I think right here. Okay, we still need to smooth this element. I want to make sure all the landscaping's good, which I think... am I able to move this? Fuck. Damn it. I hate this. This is my I hate that they have trees right on the edge of the world border that you can't delete. So it'll just have to go through. Unless I'm able to, like... Is that even allowed? That may be... I feel like that's going to be way too high G, but it might work. That's what I was telling you, dude. YouTube's like, I don't know what they updated, but they updated something and it like fucked everything up because we've been having issues at work. We use YouTube streaming at church and we've been having issues with YouTube streaming at church. Like, and I'm not seeing any indication that anything's wrong on my end. So like, there's not really anything I can do about it, unfortunately, if you're having issues. Like, I have playback on my iPad. I can get off my Wi-Fi and see how it's doing on my phone. Like, everything I'm seeing on my end is giving me everything's fine. So I don't know what the issue is. But I do know, like, YouTube's been really, really bad for at least a couple weeks. Yeah. I'm getting it fine. Look. It's live and everything. So I don't know why it's not showing up on your end, JDM. I mean, if any of the people who need to see it, it's you. You're the mod, but yeah, there's nothing on my it says excellent connection in YouTube Studio, so perfect for you now? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what the issue is, but it's definitely not anything on my end. Throw it right there. That's good. This is the one that needed this major smoothing. Also a little worried that this one might be too tight. I might need to get rid of that launch and put it somewhere else. Oh no, I'm not. I will not touch a single thing unless there's like legitimately a problem on my end. Like, if people come in here saying like, oh, YouTube's choppy or streams being weird, and I look on like I have OBS, YouTube Studio, and the playback open. So like, if it's good on all three of those things, I don't really know what to say. That's kind of like, yeah, above my pay grade. One sustained G, it's a sustained lateral G, but these are also spinning coasters, so it might not be that as bad in theory. Let's grab this. These. I'm gonna need to move some of these bushes as well. That pulls it out. Same over here. That should pull that out. So now, the fun bit. Come down here. We gotta delete all of these, straw pieces. I'll do more fine-tuning offline, but I at least need to delete the major ones. Shit. Because when we're on the coaster, I want to be able to watch and accurately be able to tell how fast it's spinning at every given point. So any obstructions like this in our view is going to make that a little bit harder to do. And then obviously I'm going to change the... Shit! That should be good for now. Alright. Let's test this bad boy out. Of course, once again, since it is a ultimate spinning thrill coaster, motion sickness warning. But let's see how it came out. I'm gonna disappear for it. I think that came out excellent. That came out excellent. The spinning, I think, is really good throughout. It has a dynamic layout. I feel like there was still... Yeah, this bit. I was like, I feel like I remember us going through something at some point. But overall, I'm very happy with how this came out. Now that the main body is done, it's just a matter of theming. Which I already have a general idea of how we're gonna do that. Well, let's place our entrance and our exit first. Entrance here. Yeah, we'll have the exit path come out that way. Exit right here. Okay. And then we're gonna need to do this. I'm actually fine with these. This doesn't really need to exist. This one doesn't really need to exist. Yeah, I'm fine with all of those. We'll have to add something here. Good with these. Good with these. Coming around. I was just looking at all the supports. This one is kind of unnecessary. That's all good. Okay, yeah, a lot of these are unnecessary. Cool. I'm happy with that. So now let's do here. For the pathway, I want this wooden path. We're gonna need a railing. This. here. I want rounded corners here. Look at that. Perfect. And then obviously when we build the station, we'll add supports and extensions there. And then now the cube. I want this. Actually, let me grab this color. How high? Okay, yeah, that's plenty of clearance. And we're gonna add scenery and stuff around there. Let's open it. Look at that, and all in the green too. I'm very pleased with this spinning coaster. So now, what we've got to do is we got to work on the station. Now, I want rough brick. Do that later. Wait, I'm gonna go for kind of like a modern-ish design. Almost like a, actually, I think I have... Yeah, I have a national park reference folder. Let's see. These look desert-y. So I'm working on a national park themed park offline. I wanted something different. I've done a lot of Western parks recently, and so I wanted something that was a little bit different. Western and Pirate are like the two I've done a lot of. I do at some point need to make a fantasy park, but I don't have any good ideas. Push back a bit. Nice. Is there a head chopper here? And I don't mean that in like the element sense. I mean like, is there a legitimate head danger here? Here it comes. Oh. We can fix that real quick. Need to turn auto tunnel off. I turned auto tunnel off. I watched that ground move, and that was not what I told it to do. Right here should be fine. Go. Then. Yeah, that should be plenty low now. Okay, we've got all that. Then I think I want lime plaster. Let me set the lighting so that way it's not as color harsh. I kind of like the lime plaster. I think it just needs to be a bit more saturated. Yeah. And we'll fix all that flashing in a sec. Open. Then we're also going to need to make it a lot cheaper. 320. 2. That feels good for me. Then once we finish this, and then also add some scenery to the queue, this ride should become a lot more populous. Boom. Yeah, this. Okay. Nice. I love how they start spinning like as soon as they get past that tiny gap. And we just need to grab these two, pull them over here. Okay. I think that's the basic shape I want. Yeah. And then I'll add some kind of awning here. And then the rest of it, I think the rest of it's just going to be rock work. I think. Oh. Hold on. Do I have something that would work as a photo booth in this section? I might have to design one. Let's see these. Almost. I feel like the trading post part of this I could use. Oh, let me try that out. Let's put you over here. Okay, maybe. It's gonna depend on what I put around it. Okay. Let's go into scenery brush. Let's kinda... I'll alter this a bit. Oh, is that mud? Oh, yeah. That's not what we want. Actually, maybe we want mud kind of down here. I feel like that makes sense for this to be mud. Yeah. And this soil. It's kind of darkening where it gets close to the ground. I feel like that would be the case. Yeah. This is definitely not the most efficient way to be doing this. It's the way I'm doing it. This is the much more efficient way to be doing this. Nice. And then coming over here. Push. Sampled. I'll widen out this canyon a bit. Okay. Just like that. And then now we're going to go into scenery, racks. Racks these. Line. Yeah, this is reading way more canyon. Boom. Go right there. I think that works. Try here. And I'll add more details, obviously. Right now, I'm just getting the everything covered up. I'll add like some plants, some cliffs, and other stuff like that. That works. Like that. Boom. I'm gonna get like the basic splattering sorted. And then I'll probably do a bunch of it off stream. And then I'll be able to show it off on Tuesday. The completed look. Yeah, that's going to need to be different rocks. Nice. I think that's good for now. So we have a dip into the canyon. I'll probably make this like also more just cave-esque as well, especially with how big it is. I don't know what I'll do with that, but all right. I think that is a good place to call it. It's a little earlier than 9, but I think that's a really good stopping point. I think what we'll do to just finish it off is I think I'll probably start doing this every Wednesday pretty much. WJ, hey, what's up, One Shot? Thanks for hopping in. I mean, I'm hopping in right as I'm closing out, but don't worry. I still got one more thing I want to do. I want to start doing this every Wednesday since we don't stream Planet Coaster 2 until Tuesday. I realize that a lot of people, when we build these roller coasters, don't get to see the POVs. They just see the coasters in the background and never get to ride them. So I'm going to start ending Thursday nights or Wednesday night streams by just showing off the progress that we've made on the parks that we're working on. And also, I just want to ride these coasters as well. But we've done a lot with this park so far. Originally, it was just this one sad wooden roller coaster that we, of course, RMC'd right away. And now we've got a beautiful splattering of different levels of thrills. And then I think once I get like some building designs and ideas for the water park, we'll probably start working on that as well. But I want to ride this pumpkin coaster. It sucks that it's so back here, so far back in the park. I think that's the other thing we need to do is we need to build more things in between the entrance of the park and the entrance of this roller coaster, because this poor guy is like so far back here. The Pump King is like the pump unridden. Boom. Super fun. And then the best part of the ride is you get to sit here on the block section for 8 hours while you wait for people to walk all the way back here. I need to build, I think I'll build like a gift shop right over here just to kind of entice people this way a bit more. I tried doing that with the exit to this coaster, but clearly it hasn't been working. But this has also come out very nice. Spectre. I realized I never colored the coaster cars. So we'll need to do that. But it's pretty hype. We'll do this. I thought about playing Water Park Simulator one shot. It's just about room on the schedule, you know? That's really all there is to it. And also, I'm not convinced that that game would do well for my channel. Knowing what games do well and what games don't do well for streams, I'm not convinced that that game would be super worth the time, if that makes sense. I need to come up with a name for this. Oh, I know what I'm gonna name it. Swamp Thing. This thing is named Swamp Thing. This is probably my favorite coaster in the park. Although it might be topped by the spinning coaster. I'll need to ride the spinning coaster a few times, let it grow on me for me to really decide. Boom. That's probably the best inverted two-seater that I've built. I'm very, very pleased with the layout. And it looks great along this pond. Like, this whole section just looks, it's a very aesthetic coaster as well. So overall, I think we're making very, very good progress on our Pumpkin Patch Park. It's got good variety. I mean, even on the zoom out, this layout looks great. I might change this to paved path just to kind of match this. But overall, I'm very happy with how this is coming along. And I'm also very happy to say, I'll see you guys on the next stream. We will be back Friday night, 7 p.m. with, oh my gosh, I had what we were gonna play this Friday, and I completely forgot. Oh my gosh, I had a plan and everything. It will be something. Something will happen Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's gonna be a lot of fun, whatever it ends up being. You're definitely gonna not want to miss that. And the best way to make sure you don't miss any of the streams, whatever they end up being, is of course to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. You'll be notified every time I go live, every time I upload a new video. And yeah, there's no third thing. Those are the two things it notifies you for: videos and streams. I'm live 4 times a week: Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I publish a new video every Monday. This past Monday's video was Zomboid Van Life Part 1. Definitely go check that out. Really good video, really fun series. You're not going to want to miss that. Make sure you like the videos, like the streams. Yes, if you like the stream one shot, I'm sure you'll float as well. No guarantees, but it could happen. It could. Might not. It might. You could float too. Who's to really say whether or not you'll float too if you smash that like button? But either way, you should do it anyway. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday night, a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll catch you guys all on the next stream. Stay sponge gamers.